morning.
Good morning.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm great. Well, gladly we finally talk.
Yes. Sorry, I can't do like in person because I have something to do at 12.
That's fine. I mean, I think that's convenient for you. You don't have to take a bus and, waste all that time because um, we can do Zoom.
Okay. Yeah, that works out. I worked at an animal hospital, so it's a lot for me for what's been going on. So my last job, I dealt with bullying. I'm not sure why. It was just something that it was ongoing. I don't know because of the age range, but I dealt with people that are younger than me and older than me as well. But I've gone through a lot of, especially regarding my medical condition. Before I worked at that job, I was working at a different office. It was a medical office job. But unfortunately, haven't really been telling much people, but I usually let other people aware in case things get worse. But I was diagnosed with pneumonia back in June.
What is that?
Pneumonia, do you know what that is?
Mm-hmm.
Pneumonia is like an illness. It's different. I'm not sure how to explain it. There's different types of pneumonia. So it's like there's could be like water filled in your lungs, or just like a consolidation like in your lungs. Mine was like a bacterial kind, so that means like I was getting constant like chest pain, shortness of breath, and all that stuff. So it led up to the point that I was hospitalized in July. So I was hospitalized for a week and 2 days because it was getting really bad. It felt like I was getting stabbed constantly from the chest pain. And that resulted me in losing my job that I had previously before the animal hospital. And it took a toll because that was the job that I had that was most stable for me when it came to like income. Because I did get a raise after my 90 days as well. And I was struggling a bit, especially when I got discharged from the hospital. And sorry. So it took a lot of stress, especially just because for me, like I don't live with my parents, especially. It's not bad with my parents. It was just living with them was toxic. I'm fine with my family, but I just prefer to not live with them. How they are and how it is just living the living situation. But it's a lot. Like I sometimes feel like I want to do things that my older sister is doing because she lives in Hawaii now, but it's because of her job that she does. That's why she lives in Hawaii. Right now, it's just I wish I stayed at my job that I had previously, but I didn't want to deal with bullying just because it took a lot of it took a toll on my mental. I would wake up exhausted. My body physically knew I was just drained dealing with drama, and I couldn't really tolerate it. And the kind of person I am, it's more of things would I would tell myself that things would get better, I could tolerate it, and it's just everything gets better. And I just not realized, but to me it's just the more I thought about it, it's just part of me feels like I do regret quitting because of income, but then at the same time I've been not just going out, but I would stay home. I try to look for other ways to make money at home, and it's hard, especially because I'm not sure where I'm getting started. Because I know people do OnlyFans, and that's the thing. I don't think I tried sugar daddies before? Because I saw the video that you sent me. Like, trust me, I've tried doing like a sugar daddy thing, but it was too uncomfortable for me. It's
Which one
something
is
like,
that?
It was like do you know the website called Seeking Arrangement?
Yeah, I sent you something?
So you sent me like a YouTube video, and then you talked about like, it was a YouTube link that you sent me.
Oh, I talked something in there? I cannot remember.
Yeah, I just something about how like you said sugar daddy, but like I tried to do the same thing before, but it just didn't really work out because they're kind of it made me uncomfortable how they want something from you in return.
Yeah, so it seemed like because what you're going through, I don't really know about your mentals in the past, mentals problems or what you went through, and it seemed like a lot. And then you kind of person really vulnerable in those terms. So technically, the reason I did not really go into psychology because it's really tough. So if you actually feel like you need to talk to someone about your mentals because you're going through whatever, to have someone speak and share for that feeling, so you can have some, let someone to listen to you. But I feel like as me, after I recognize that I want to be a life coach. So life coach, I just want to break it down to different nations or like the difference. So psychologist is just a person who actually listened to you and about your past, about your problems. But the whole sections, they don't really talk or give you any advice or ask you questions because that's their job to really just be there for you, right? As a life coach, we actually concentrate and focus on the future. So making sure that we ask questions and for you to answer those questions, analyze those answer for yourself, and mentor is another terminology, which is mentor is someone who been there, done that can give you advice based on the real circumstance, situations. So that's technically, I want to combine between those two, mentors and life coach, because I've been through what you've been through, because when I came here at the age of 21, I had to pay triple educations. I couldn't work, and I went to school full time, and I also did a lot of organizations. So I only have 3 hours of sleep. And your situation might be similar like that, or financial struggle, but that's the majority of people. Not only you. So I just want to be also a mentor to give you really advice how to escape from those situations, but also a life coach that asks you questions for you to analyze the right answer for your own decisions for your future. Because I cannot, decide how you live and what you're gonna do. So technically right now, so I want to actually go to the first step because if you know the circle of life, it's really it's like a circle. They have finance, health, relationship, and spiritual, health, and all of that in there. So if you look it up later, you will see how it is. And then there, we cannot actually achieve everything in that circle because we have to satisfy, right? Because we don't have the time to do all of them, and no one on this earth can actually achieve the whole full circle of life. Unless they really have a money, but when they starting out, they don't have money, they have to satisfy. So that's the reason why when you can achieve something in your life, maybe the other people, they cannot do the thing you do. So as long as you know that, you can feel so much better, that we only can focus on maybe top 5 priorities in life. So by that, usually I let people practice what are your top 5 priorities, which is because 2025 is coming. So based on your circle of life and based on your current situations, you need to determine which one is actually the most important factors right now for you to really improve your situations, right? So because right now you kind of in the situation of lack of money because you're losing your job, and that is the first. You know the Maslow hierarchy.
Do you one more time?
The Maslow hierarchy.
Mm-mm.
So it's like a pyramid.
Oh, those things.
Yes.
Okay.
So if you don't have the first foundation, you cannot climb higher, and you feel stuck because those needs are not fulfilled yet. So right now, from what I understanding and what I see, your first foundation is you have things to eat, food to eat, place to sleep, and home, and then everything else on the roof. But if you lack of finance, it might be struggle, because those are the few for you to really support your first foundations, and you kind of losing that pillars right now because you stop working. But the thing is, the finance right now is not important as your mental health, because if you break down, you don't feel like working, and you don't feel like you fit in with the right environment. In the long term, it can affect a lot in your mental health, right? Because you stuck at the job that you don't really like, so because just the money. But if you take a break right now and then really what is that called, like heal, and then try to figure it out, what is the next step, what is your career choice, or what are you going to do in order to make you happy, and then also choose the environment that really supported you. Otherwise, you're gonna go back to the same thing, and the cycle will be repeated. So that is what I just wanted you to see. But the thing you did is really difficult. Most people, they won't quit their job because of the money issues, and they stuck there, and they have is like really severe mental health problems.
Because I know my friends, they did say that it was a good thing that I left, like for my mental, but at the same time, like they're also just worried. Because I tried to look for jobs last week, and not a lot of places like were hiring, or like not even getting back to me.
Yeah.
I know later around like 3:30, I have like a phone interview. But I've just been praying for like at least something for now, whether it be a fast food job or not, just something temporary.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so what in your situation, you just have to find temporary, because if it's a good job, it takes time to do interviews and everything to landing a job. It takes few months, and then that's the reason why if you go to a certain job that like quick hiring, just like restaurant, because they need people all the time, and then holiday is coming, they might looking for something. And also there's Topgolf, you can be a host there. I actually met some people from there, and then they can they hiring over there right now. And January, they also, I think I met the guy from the Zook. They have, if you want to be work there, you can also, that's a choice for you. But if you don't want to step into those environment, then you find something that really easy, but you have to spend a day or two to really apply for multiple jobs at the same time. But right now, I think everybody is losing or get fired because the end of the year and holiday is coming. So that's the reason why I'm saying it's like, have you contact the restaurants?
I called places as well, and then there's like a nearby sushi restaurant that my roommates told me about,
Mm-hmm.
and I called, and they're just like, they just said that they weren't hiring anymore. I'm gonna keep trying nearby places, because like at this point, like I was hoping to like get a job like this week only,
Mm-hmm.
because I pay rent like the beginning of the month.
Yeah.
And it's just I'm very like stressed, because I don't know how I'm gonna make it up. Right now, I know at around 12, that's why I have to go to my bank, because the only way I could figure out how to pay my rent right now is just get a loan. They said it could be like a credit card loan is how I'll
So
get
that's the reason why the one I sent it to you is the credit card loans. Technically a credit cards, right? So we step into that later. But have you contacted the Vietnamese restaurant I mentioned?
I apply. There's like a link.
They said, have you called them?
No, I can call them today.
Yeah, I think they're Vietnamese, and they always do quick with the hiring. And also I can ask you on the Facebook group that it's all Vietnamese people there. Do you speak Vietnamese?
No, I don't.
And that's fine. I think people in there are mixed. They can speak English and Vietnamese. But at least if you have Vietnamese, they can help you out. But that's a Facebook group for Las Vegas community here for Vietnamese Americans here.
Okay.
So that can be something. It's like, sometimes they can hire at different jobs or restaurants or something like that. But they're really willing to help. So I'm gonna just remind me, after this. Also, so when you actually landing those, the first thing for the job first, secure and get that ASAP today. Then you done with the first list. Like keep applying until you get something answered by today or tomorrow. So you need to have a deadline for those. The second one, go to the bank. The same thing. I sent it to you. The card that you apply, that's basically a loans, but it's a credit card that they pay upfront for you to pay rent. So if you apply and you get approved today, or you submitted yesterday, right?
No, I didn't get. It says that they'll give me a mail why it wasn't approved, because I never had a credit card or anything like that, and it's just my mom never really helped me in getting started on.
Oh, so they rejected your applications.
Yeah. So now I'm just like, that's why like for my rent as well, it's in cash I have to pay. So when I talked to my bank yesterday, like they just said like they could only do like a credit card, and it's just it could take like it could be like immediately that I'll get the loan, or like it takes a couple of days and it'll get transferred to my bank. But it's very
So this is how credit card work, because I've been using credit card to pay for my stuff before. So because I never have enough cash when I was in school, so credit card is basically the same thing, the card I sent to you. But if you did not approve for that one, it might be challenging with the one at the bank. But just also try. Which bank are you gonna go?
I use Chase.
Okay. Yeah, I have a couple of options that is also see if you can qualify for that, because sometimes you need to certain bank or credit card, you need to have a history before they approve to you. But if they do approve, it can be challenging because of like, I don't know how much exactly you put for your income. You have to sometimes to put it up higher a little bit. You cannot put the exact, so at least they see you. So I remember when I had my first credit card, which is the Discover, right? And Discover is actually really easy because they approve for students. So if you try, that's might be a case. Try that too. But Chase, they have a different sections, different card options for you to choose. The same thing. You go to the bank, you can actually do it at home, and then choose which one is suitable. So technically, you're not like going there and getting a loans. Like they're not giving you cash, because no one do that, right? Because technically, a loans is something that you have to put down. For instance, it's a loan for the business or a loans for a car. You need to put down payment, right? And then you even have to put the house or anything to loans the money. That is where they're gonna give you cash or credits. But in your situation right now, it's only credit card. That's all the credit card is considered loans. They give you upfront, but because you never have that before, so you have to choose which one actually easiest to apply. Otherwise, sometimes some like like popular, they can deny the application because you never have a history before, and they have a hard inquiries for your background. So that's the reason why. If Bill, I think it's really strict with Bill, because they can do, but there's some credit cards. So after you have a credit card, you understand like it depends if credit card have cashback or the stuff. But what is the method are you using? Are you renting a room or you stay at an apartment?
It's a room. It's like I live with roommates.
Okay, so you have to pay them by cash, correct?
Yeah.
Are they gonna take Venmo or Zelle or PayPal? They do.
I think the last time he spoke to me he said Venmo, because he doesn't do Zelle. I think he said Venmo.
Yeah. So this is another way for you to trick the system too. So technically, PayPal is the one that used to really connect paying. What is it called? Paying from the credit card to the bank account from someone, but you have to pay a fees, right? So they can get the money from the credit card, pay for someone. With Venmo or Zelle, usually they will take it also from your debit card or credit card. It's the same thing with PayPal. But if with debit card, they will draw from your bank, which is you don't have money or cash in your bank right now. So you have to pay by credit card, which they will charge for transaction fees or credit card fees. So that is what it is, right? And if you don't have anything right now, that's why you need to have a credit card. Otherwise, you won't able to do anything. And how much is your rent cost?
Right now it's $650, and then it's additional to $217 for like the utilities.
That's a lot.
I know.
Are you seeing yourself staying there a long time and improve the situations, or what is the plan there?
It's hard because I know my lease ends in April, but
It's a house and they do lease like that?
yeah, it's like subleasing, so that it's half a year for me because I moved in like around end of September. So technically beginning of October, and then because I worked nearby because it's the animal hospital, but that was a job that I just left just because of what I was dealing with. And my mom doesn't really help out when it comes to like money. Like the only thing she helped me last time was like doctor appointments because I didn't have insurance anymore since I got fired from the previous job. And my doctor's appointment was like $200, and my mom had to pay up front. But when it comes to rent, I don't think she would be able to help me out because it was just a lot of money. Because I had to go to urgent care to follow up with my pneumonia 2 weeks ago, and it was also out of pocket as well, and she had to pay like $100 up front as well.
Okay. Yeah, usually because family or moms, they're not gonna do anything for you because you're already over 21, and when you already live by yourself, that's how they're gonna teach you, so you can actually figure it out your situations. Even the same thing with my mom. You know, when I move here, I don't have anything. I even get robbed, and she doesn't send me money at all. That would really put you on the situation. It's like, wow, my mom doesn't care for me. But the thing is, they just want to teach you how to be more independent and grow up and be really responsible with your situation and your finance. So for that reason, it's like you have to find a job right now and secure because you need a cash flow going on. If you don't even have something to pay for rent right now, which is only really low. My rent is $2,000 and you is like $650, which is you're really tight and you need to get that job ASAP. So the plan is from here to like even the holiday, you should not hang out with anyone at all or even go anywhere. You gotta work your ass off to really make up that payment back or your income until really stable and get your situations out of this, because otherwise you don't have time and your mind keep thinking about money. You wake up and think about money, and then you cannot do anything else. And that's pretty much because money or finance is one of the most important thing in everybody's life. And I think that's your top priority right now. You gotta focus, which is find jobs and then get cash going on ASAP as soon as possible. Because you don't have a car, you don't know how to drive, so you cannot make cash from that either, so just go today or call constantly for like low-key restaurants. Post on Facebook. I'm gonna do that, and I'm gonna send you some credit card that it's really easy for the application. If you did not get approved, I thought it's still pending, but I didn't know that you did not get approved. You still have at least 2 weeks something to pay for the rent, but you still need something for food, right? Which is you still have food to eat.
Okay, yeah, I'm good on that right now for food. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So you have at least 2 weeks, but then if you find something within today and tomorrow, unless you get that quick cash in 2 weeks and another month, and then you were able to pay for your rent as soon as possible. Like I believe within 3 days or 5 days of working, and especially Formula One is coming, you will get that, quick. But you have to do anything that they get right now. So that's how your situations. And then the thing is, the one I sent it to you, from your situation, you don't have the time, you don't have anything to really step into that. you know, because your priority right now is not travel. Your priorities right now is not looking for something that building for yourself or those kind of thing yet, because you need to make sure your foundation, which is food, place to sleep, and all of that fulfill before you go higher. But at the same time, it's like those connections you're gonna make from new connections from the restaurants or anywhere you work or your clients, those are also like your future clients. So just making sure that you kind of like building the relationship with them. So at least when you do something in the future, at least you have those people and then also your friends. And then, you know, right now I think it's because for us, those programs that I sent to you, they have the referral program, which is like if you share for your friends, you get at least $50, and $50 is like a couple hours of working, you know. So that's the reason why. But then the thing is, you have to also do the job at the same time and share with your friends about the opportunity. But maybe your friend is not in your situations. They might do better a little bit, but you need those kind of friends that really better than you and kind of share with them. But if you don't have the trust from them, it might be hard. They have to really know you or like want to help you, because most people, they don't, nowadays they don't care. You know, so that's the reason why. And then and then later when you really get out from your paycheck to paycheck or your situation, at least a month from now, you can actually like do that and have more free time to really practice, because you need a skill set. And different resources of income, because otherwise whatever I shared to you is not applicable for your situation right now, because your priority is finance from what I see, also your mental and your health, because you gotta take care of your health, because when you get sick you cannot work and there's no money coming in. So I think that's the top three, and your jobs and that's it. So technically I think that it's what you need to concentrate on at this point. But don't worry about like the application. I mean the credit card, but just find a job. But then at the same time, just try to apply for like multiple ones to see which one gets you approved. Because at least when they approve, they can give you $1,000, but you have to pay the fees, right? Transaction fee, but you have to be okay with that. Yeah, but for me, I will help, but I don't really know you that much, because we have to build that trust, and I just want to make sure that letting you practice this and deal with your situation is a way for you to grow. Otherwise, you will be dependable on your friends, your family, and your parents. But like I said, like in this world right now, if you really want to grow at your age, you gotta be independent.
Because like it's hard because my sister, like my mom was able to help my sister, like when it came to a car, credit cards. But when it came to me, like my parents didn't really do anything, and it's just like I asked them to help.
Are you an older sister or younger?
Younger.
Okay. My situation is different. My mom doesn't help me, but she will help my little sister. But that's okay, you know. But like I said, you cannot compare yourself with anyone right now, because your life is you have to figure it out.
And that's the thing. Like I want to be able to do this. Been what I've been learning, because I moved out when I was 18, and it was just fine. Because I used to work like restaurants, all that stuff, and then I moved to healthcare just because of the benefits and everything. But now that I realized, like, even with being in healthcare, like my other roommate, she works part-time, but she makes more money than I did when I worked at the animal hospital.
So let me tell you something. I want to cut you off. One of the things make you really like not happy and feel the way you feel right now, because you compare yourself a lot to different people, and you cannot look at that way, because everybody have a different circumstances in life. And by you comparing yourself with somebody else chapters, it will make you miserable and unhappy, because that was me long time ago, right? So I want you to understand that you moved out from your parents' house at the age of 18. That's brave. A lot of people right now, even like 35 or 30, they move back to their parents' house, and you still survive. That is something you gotta be grateful for and appreciate. You gotta look at that, to actually like kind of self-talk yourself and talk to your mindset a little bit. Give yourself a little bit of motivations, like, hey, at least I did the things that most people cannot. So there's one quote that I really like from my grandma. She passed away. She always say, when you look up, there's so many people like richer and better than you, but when you look down, there are still like people are struggling and not at your situations. And then when I was comparing a lot and was so sad and like miserable for like a year or 2 years. But then when I recall that and I read a lot of books about mindset and stop comparing and accept my situations, because we have a different timeline, we have different situation like anyone else, right? And I was self-talk a lot, motivate myself, like, hey, I'm doing good, you know, at least I'm proud of myself. You will see your energy change, and you know, you focus on your own path, you create your own stuff. Yeah, so I think still doing pretty good. Like, to be honest with you, you just actually brave to get out of the job, but then at the same time that puts you in a situation right now, but at least no one can do that like you. Like I said, not a lot of people actually can step up and did the thing that you did because the finance. So right now you get out from that, just find a different one that better. Find a better group of people to hang out with. That's maybe a sign for you that it's time to change, because 2025 is coming.
It is, and like sometimes, like for me, I also see like the universe gives me signs, stuff like that.
Yeah.
And it's just like I knew like I do pray to like God and everything, so I'm sure that like He saw that I wasn't really happy, and it's just like, I knew that that job wasn't meant for me either, just because of how they were treating me. And with my ex-boyfriend, like I still talk to his family, mainly his mom, and like yeah, she said that like it's just that. She said that they probably just felt envy by me or something, but it's just like I didn't understand, because all I ever did was do my job, and it's just people like didn't like me. I don't know, like, because I would always do my job and everything, but it's just like, why me? You know?
Yeah, I mean, you have to ignore everybody comments and thinking about you, because if they don't give you money, why you have to think about them? That's my way of thinking. Like, who are you to judge me or like talk shit about me? Because I mean, if you don't give me money, I don't give a shit about what you say. You have to have that kind of attitude. I know it's kind of bad, but the way for me to really grow a lot is where I ignore whatever people say and think about me. You know, your life is your stuff. So I think it's like moving to a action step. I think now you know the plans. I'm gonna actually. Maybe I'm gonna send you my link to ask on the Facebook, or I'm gonna send you that Facebook group so you can join them, and then ask them like, hey, I'm looking for a job or blah blah. You have to be the one who actually say it, you know, and tell a little bit about your situations, so people can actually help you. Because maybe the way
being like same day hiring or like next day hiring, something like that.
Just say as soon as possible, and I'll share a little bit about your situations. And then, you know, they might respond. The second one I'm going to send you is those applications to apply for like credit card that is matched with your situation, because if it's higher like strong credit card, it's not going to apply for you, and they don't give you the loans at all. And then from there, when you get a job going, then you just go to work and then, you know, pay for your stuff. And then sometimes if you have 5 jobs, you don't even have to worry so much about the credit card anymore. But having a credit card is a good way for you to build future credit score, because later when you need to buy a car, you're not going to rely on your mom or anyone else, because those are the way to help you get car, apartments, also a house. The reason I think you cannot rent an apartment because you didn't have a credit card at all. So I always tell people, credit card is one of the most powerful thing at a young age that people need to get and need to build. But making sure that if you borrow from them 500, then pay it back on time, you will be fine. Your credit score will be perfect. Don't go to the like downhill and then not paying and everything will be fucked up, because otherwise later when you get a car, apartment, anything, they're not gonna approve. So it's really important to practice that. As long as you don't fuck up those situations or mistake, you will be fine. So I think you're doing pretty good right now.
I'm just a little, I want a job as soon as possible and then pay up everything by then, just because if I don't pay it, I'm afraid I'll get kicked out. I don't want to get kicked out, because then
you still have time, don't worry about it. So right now you need to worry, find a job, apply for it. So ignore your problems, just find a solution. The solutions will help. So you have all solutions right now. Now you tell more problems still adding up, it's nothing gonna change. So we just need to have a to-do list, and then I think you already know what's the action step, and just go from there. Right? So those already fulfill, and then you should be good.
Okay, because I do need to find like solutions.
Yeah. So find more solutions instead of tell me all the problem, because like as a life coach, I already know what's those problems, but I have the solution for everything. Okay, sounds good. I think you feel better.
Yeah, because I needed like advice and all that stuff, so it helps a lot.
Yeah, so I mean, you just didn't have a guidance or directions, and I was struggling too, because when I moved to this country by myself, I wasn't U.S. citizen, or I wasn't like people from here. I pay triple education, which is I only make $1,000 a month, and I have to pay $2,000 per semester and all that stuff. And I took a bus for 3 years go to school, so the life was really struggling. But at least I have a credit card back then, so I was able to manage my money a little bit, but still paycheck to paycheck, because I didn't make that much, So I think right now your goals right now is find a job that's quick, but also give you a lot of cash. Otherwise you have to do two jobs at the same time, which is fine. The more money you have, the better. The less the worry you have. And then when you stack that up and you have more time, you can build on the different things that we talk about. But it's like, if you're not even ready, just learn from me, and I can send you all the resources, and then get your friend Joy, or like start booking for them under somebody's account, and you can go from there. And when you're ready financially and have more time, then you can do it at the same time. But those are the long-term gain. Those jobs is not happen overnight, because it's a big commissions, and you need to build your knowledge right now, and also the relationship with certain people. Make more connection as possible, so that will help you a lot. Because it's like 10 people, $50 is $500, which is like within maybe an hour, if you really know how to do business. And we have a lot of training and coaching, Yeah, so just go from there, and I will send you the resources. But that's it.
Thank you.
All right, I hope you feel better, and then I will talk to you soon.
Okay, thank you so much, YT.
All right, bye. Take care. Have a good one.
You too. Bye.